the season's gone from one extreme to the other.
As they do, Rob. We were talking earlier on about maybe the season's going to be a little early because it was quite a warm winter. The winter has still been warm if you have a look at it across the whole board of it, but we've still got a bit of it to go, and we've had these recent really good frosts. -9 degrees in the mid-Canterbury region last week, -7 degrees. There's some cracking frost there and good cooling temperatures. And what's actually happening, what would normally be starting to move in horticulture, such as apricots and peaches, in terms of bud movement, black currants, early apples, in the Nelson and Hawke's Bay region, they're not. They're actually staying in bed, as we call it in the industry. And that's a sign that maybe the season's going to be a few days later. But what normally does happen when all of a sudden the spring does come, you could sort of turn around on a Monday and think, oh yeah, things are pretty much closed up. I'll wait and do my spraying another week's time. You go back on the Thursday and things are really getting moving. So what I'd be suggesting to growers throughout New Zealand over the next 3 weeks, be pretty diligent and look over your crops on a regular basis, especially all those early varieties, whatever they may be.
Have you had enough chill? Because you have complained we're not getting enough chill.
No, we haven't had enough chill, but we can't do anything about it. But no, we haven't had what we would prefer to have, which is around 1,1700 hours. We're still around, languishing around the 1,100 hours, 1,200 hours. We've got 3 weeks of August or 2 weeks of August to go yet. We normally get our coldest weather in this next fortnight on a traditional basis. There's a lot of snow up in the refrigerator, which is good. That'll create a few more frosts. These clear, nice days are good. They are drying the ground out, though.
I was going to ask you about moisture, because the frost will dry the ground out pretty fast.
That first sort of few centimetres is very dry. So the vegetable growers are working their paddocks not too hard. I mean, we've had some good spring rains too. Well, it's good lately some good rains, and the vegetable growers have gone on almost virtually the next day because the soil was dry, just enough moisture there to kick the seeds away. So, interesting season from the beginning of it.
So it doesn't matter if there's frosts when you're planting, because it will strike, won't it?
Yes, it will strike. Yeah, one of the biggest problems we've got when you're planting seeds, especially vegetables, these days, is that you actually plant them, get them going, they just start to move, and then we get a good shower of rain, probably say anything up to about 20 mils, and it caps that soil. And what we mean by capping it, it makes the top centimetre or two quite hard when it dries out. So then the actual plant can't get its way through there, the seedling can't break its way through there, and they've got to put a material on which is one that breaks down the soil again to allow the actual seed to emerge.
Yeah, but it's
an
uphill battle for them, isn't it?
It is, and I can see that sort of thing happening a little bit this year because the weather's so variable at the moment.
Soil temperatures won't be doing much either, I wouldn't have thought.
No, well, I mean, they haven't been critical, but they are low. They're in the single figures, and that's what they should be. They'll start to move fairly soon, especially the temperate and silt loams and the sandy loams. They'll start to move reasonably quickly, I would think, and by early to mid-September we should be starting to hit some double figures, I would imagine, if we aren't already going to do that a little bit earlier. It all depends what the next fortnight's going to be like in August, because as I say, traditionally we do get some quite foul weather at that stage.